Hi everyone, it's me again. It's April 25th, 2013, and I've already reported the long-winded pissy deets for the day. I think I got a little pissy. And now I'm just taking you along for the ride. Funny thing is, my date last night, we went to have food porn. Scatter. 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 Okay, for those of you that stayed, it's really not that bad, so, but, some people are sensitive, so I'd like to let you know. Even though I didn't give the warning in the deeds for the day. Sorry. Anyways, we went to a Cuban restaurant, and, which, I'm a little white girl. I never go to Cuban restaurants, and I'm in Florida, so you would think that even though I am a little white girl, that I probably would be going to Cuban restaurants a little more than I do. So we went, and it's at like a small little place, and it wasn't busy at all. And he speaks fluent Spanish, Portuguese, and whatever, Chinese, and all that kind of stuff. So he speaks a lot of languages, and I'm still working on my English. So he ordered for me. I had a shredded beef dish. I think he said the English translation is dirty clothes or something. Oh, how appetizing. Yeah, so I had my dirty clothes and a side salad, and I had a glass of wine. So why am I sharing these details with you? Okay, so we're at dinner, and everything is like nice and everything, and but it was very slow, and the waiter just was not attentive at all, and my food was like lukewarm, and they never came back to see if we needed water, if I wanted another glass of wine or anything, like just nothing. And there was only like maybe 2 or 3 other tables that had people in them at the whole place, and by the time we were leaving, we were like the only people even in there. It wasn't like we were closing the place down, but like they weren't busy. And apparently, I guess, I don't speak Spanish, but I think he asked for the check like in Spanish, which I wasn't paying attention, and it never came. And then, and I talk, so I was busy talking, so I wasn't really paying attention very much. And then he motioned for the check, and it never came. And I guess he motioned for the check again, and it never came. And, we wanted to leave, so he goes, okay, so we're going to try a trick that I always, do. I hope you don't mind. And I'm like, okay, what? And he's like, we're just going to get up and start to walk towards the door, and they'll chase us, they'll come across the room. And he's like, you okay with that? And I'm like, sure, fine. So we get up, and my handbag, right? Okay, yeah, I had this thing, okay? It's luggage, so I'm like struggling to get that out of the chair next to me. It like needs its own chair. So, it's taken us a while to actually get it together to actually leave. So this waiter has all the time in the world to notice that we've asked for the check. We're leaving now, so hello. And, he never came. So now we're walking past the girl, the desk that seats, and he's like, maybe this is like a diner type of thing, and you pay at the desk. So we go by her, and she just says goodbye. And nobody's stopping us, so we just kept walking, and then we get outside the door, and we just stand there, and we're waiting for a minute, thinking, is anybody gonna stop us? And they didn't. So we walk slowly to the car. He even stops to give me a kiss, and puts me in the car. Still nobody shows up. So then we roll down the windows, and we drive slowly past the front door to see if the waiter's going to notice and come out, waving the check, but he didn't. So in short, we broke the law together. We dined and dashed. Yeah. I mean, what is it? when I babysat, he did the 5-finger discount on the Olive Bar at Fresh Market, and now I just did like a full-fledged Dine and Dash. Now, I felt like bad, but then in a way I don't, because the guy had all this opportunity and we asked for the check. But he just did not, it just never happened. So, I think in both of us were the whole time thinking, you know, I mean, it wasn't our intention. We thought for sure he's going to come waving the check. You know, and then we would say, yeah, what's going on? You guys are really slow. Anyways, so that's what happens. Whoop! I don't know what I was supposed to do. They came right at me. Oh my goodness. Those police cars just came head on at me. Anyway, so yeah, that was my breaking the law bonding experience with a date guy. So, I hope I didn't offend anybody. I'm sure that, you know, maybe sometime we might go there again, and then, you know, we'll make good on that. But, yeah, whatever. His parents ate there the night before, so I know they got paid for that meal. Luckily, we didn't order anything very expensive, and, you know, whatever. What can I say? I'm on my way to Costco because I'm running low on lots of things, and, you know, it's funny. Last night when I was talking to Date Guy, he pointed something out to me, and I gotta say that I think he's right. He said, I said, you know, you never, you don't really, like, you know, talk very much. I'm, like, always doing all the talking. And he's like, well, I'll answer anything that you want me to answer. And I said, yeah, but I don't want to, like, I'm not really somebody to ask questions. I just don't do that. I don't play 20 questions. Like, it's whatever you want to share with me, great. And if you don't, then, you know, fine too. But there is an imbalance here, so it's kind of like not fine that you don't, you know, share. And he said, so he goes, but I don't have, like, I don't go through my day and have a bunch of complaints like you do. He said, you always have something to say, you know, like, you know, this went wrong or that went wrong or so-and-so, da-da-da. So, now that I have destroyed your already marred view on me with my admission to babysitting a toddler and letting him 5-finger discount on the Fresh Market Olive Bar, and dining and dashing with Date Guy. Yeah, maybe I should kind of like wrap it up. That reminds me. So, I don't know, it was a few years ago. I went to this psychic, and she's like a grandmother, and she's always giving me advice, and she said that I needed to go to church. She's Jewish, so she didn't really mean that, like, I really needed to go to church to, like, confess my sins. Although, after this past week or so, probably I do, you know? So, she told me to go to church and light a candle, and, like, I don't remember which candle, but for one of these saints, and so I thought, oh, okay. So, Sunday rolls around, and I, you know, get up, and I'm rushing around trying to find a dress, you know, because you're supposed to wear a dress, right? I think you are. And, of course, I'm running late, like usual, and so I rush out of the house in my, you know, most church-like gear that I got, and I find the local church, and there's a lot of cars and everything, and the place is packed, and I didn't realize that like I couldn't just go in and you know, rub-a-dub-dub, thanks for the grub, and light a candle type of thing. I didn't know that there was going to be like a full service, and that it would be like quite lengthy. So I'm standing in one of the pews. It's a pew, right? I think it's a pew. And so I'm standing there, and the pastor's going on, and it was actually very inspirational. I appreciated it. It was a nice experience. I remember saying, maybe I should do this again. But he was going on and on and on, and it was one of those things where it was like you thought that they were going to stop. Like it sounded like he was winding down, he was going to stop, but then he didn't stop. So I know like some of you are like, that's kind of rude. No, I did appreciate what he had to say, but my problem was that in my haste of trying to find something to wear and rushing out the door, running late, I realized while I'm standing there in this pew, like in the middle of the service, that I wasn't wearing any underwear. Yeah, so I felt kind of wrong, It felt wrong. Like, here I am, pretty much a sinner, and I'm in church with no underwear on. Yeah. So he's going on, and then it came to like singing time, and so the everybody's singing, and of course I don't know the words, and this guy, I think he was like, he reeked of alcohol, and he was kind of leaning in my ear, like singing in my ear and singing in my ear, and it was so I'm standing there with no underwear on with a drunk singing in my ear. Anyways, I make it up after the service finally closed. I make my way up to the candle lighting area, and mind you, I've never been to church, so I get up to that area, and I didn't really realize that there wasn't like an actual candle to physically light, like a match. I thought it was like in the movies, where they go and they light the candle and everything. But it was, I'm sure like a lot of you know this because you guys go to church. There was like a little box with coins, and you put the coins in there, and then you press a little button and the light goes on. So by the time I got up to this candle area, there was such a big service, I didn't know that it was so popular, the church that I picked, and that apparently this was a popular service. So when I got up there, there was only one candle left, and so obviously it was meant for me. So I fished in my bag for coins and everything. I'm standing there with no underwear on, fishing in my bag for coins, and I drop them in the box, and I get the one candle that doesn't work. Yeah. So that was the last time I went to church. Not because of the candle, but, I don't know. Maybe I should go to church. After this week, the dining and dashing and everything, kind of rid myself of my sins. Is that how it works? Oh my goodness. Oh boy, I wish you guys could have seen that. It looked like Marilyn Monroe at 120 years old in a tennis outfit. Because I'm about to drive past some tennis courts. So, anyways, that's my week of sinning and my church experience. I have been in some pretty churches, for sightseeing purposes, but I haven't actually been to church. I pray, I believe in God and everything. I just, was never baptized or church-tized or anything, so here I am, sinner that I am. So I'm pushing up.